First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. First down, Mariota. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
A first down throw for Mariota. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
A very solid gain of 27. That opening drive rhythm continues right into play number 3.
Whatever they decided that they wanted to run before the game, it's working pretty well for them right now. Moving the ball downfield at a nice rate. And guess what? I think the chain crew might have to get a little oxygen over there. They have to keep moving downfield with first downs on each play.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. So that throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Mariota to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Knocking it away there defensively, Justin Coleman.
They had a good chance to get the first points of the game on the board, but what a great job defensively, getting a hand in there, knocking it away, and preventing that first touchdown.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Mariota now. And he's able to find Diggs. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The first carry now. This is Johnson. He finds an opening past the 40. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. 31 yards there and a first down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completions.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
21.
A first down carry here for Johnson. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now it's Stafford. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 12 yards there and a first down. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
Offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
Here we go, D. Here I come. 47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Stafford now to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Sua Cravens with a pick. Watkins, the intended receiver.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Left side caught by Diggs. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 36 yards on the play. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has 0 answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To the air again, Mariota. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin. That'll bring up 2nd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mariota. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now third down. This offense was on the move. Now two straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, it's Mariota. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this.
And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
I got you.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Set. Yellow 80. Check. Yellow 80. What we got? What we got?
Now on 2nd and 13. Stafford. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before Stephon Diggs. He's at the 30, 10, 5, and he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 56 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
On any 1st and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
Back in the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here's Mariota. And it's caught. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now 21-0. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for big
pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Stafford. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground.
That's what I'm talking about. Sex all day, baby.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And he will finally be wrestled down at the Lions' 31-yard line.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mariota, he's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 19. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the 1st down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Hopkins with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, well, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
32.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Stafford, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Looking downfield for Jones. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back.
It got his man complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. It's a gain of 35.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
Play fake. Mariota. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Let's go, boys.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Give him 16 yards on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
It's a gain of 16. Brings up 2nd down. 56.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Sheldon Rankins picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Mariota to throw it. The open man is Smith. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 28.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Now throwing on 1st down and completing it. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mariota, his throw incomplete. Dalvin Cook is running back, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
After that throw, and it was definitely one that he would love to have back, I wonder what's going through his head. I wonder what kind of mind game he's playing with himself to get himself back on track. Because a lot of guys, that's what they do. They have little triggers that when the mechanics are off or if they make a bad throw, that they go to that place to get themselves back in sync.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mariota. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Marcus Mariota with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Again, it's Johnson. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Hey, 280. 54 Mike. Watch the curl. Watch the curls. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Hey, 70.
3rd and 2, Stafford. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
On first down, Johnson. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. 30, 10, 5, touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are in for 6. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Deshaun Hand. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Throwing on second and long. Mariota being chased out left. And it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Let's go, D. One. 51, 951. You're not ready.
From the gun, Mariota. And Diggs has it. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Back now at Ford Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Mariota now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They go play action. Mariota flushed out right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
What's that, lady? I'm coming for you, mine.
They'll run on first down. Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
So finally, at this stage of the game, he lets his legs carry him for a big-time 1st down. But I think this is all set up by his eyes throughout the game. He's been taking it all in as he's watched this thing unfold. And finally, the eyes carried the legs and took him downfield.
You're right. His longest run of the game waited until the 4th quarter, and maybe that lulled the defense to sleep a little bit. 2nd and 12 after the 1st down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Now Mariota over the middle to Smith. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 25-yard line.
16 yards. And the Vikings. One.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Room here to run. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Marcus Mariota keeping it himself from 8 yards out as his guys continue to pour it on. Hopkins with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Let's go. Do it.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
You must be dreaming. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. Hey, 22. Check 4. X3. 218. Chopper.
Here's Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Here's Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. A big play there for Detroit. 43 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Stop here, D.
On 2nd and 12, Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. He was looking for Watkins that time. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, Cook. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
On 2nd and 11 now, Mariota. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Intended for Dalvin Cook. Incomplete. It's 3rd down.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. On the carry, it's Cook. And they snap him short of the 1st as he can only get to the 20. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's